feature for today. How is everyone doing? I hope you all do great. Are you excited to learn today? Let's begin. First, let's have a listening activity. Let's find out if you can identify the composers of musical instrument that I'm going to play. Are you ready? Here's the first one.
Excellent! It is composed by Franz Peter Schubert. Let's have the second one. Did you get it right? I hope you did. Aida was made by Giuseppe Verdi for the opening of the Suez Canal. Let's move on to the next one. Great job! It was composed by Giacomo Puccini. What about this one? Impressive! That song was made by Richard Wagner. Number 5. Does it sound familiar? It was composed by George Bizet.
I hope you all got the correct answer. We will now proceed to our discussion. Today, we will be discussing the vocal music of Romantic period. This time, I will bring you to the world of opera.
What is opera? Opera is about unfolding the stories, fantasies, and passions of its composer through melodies, vocal ranges, movements, gestures, and costumes, thus making it the most powerful and emotionally driven art form. Opera became popular during the Romantic period. It was the time when talented composers emerged and well-known compositions such as Aida and Carmen were produced. Did you know that there are 4 major components of an opera? The first component is the libretto. This refers to the text of an opera. The person who writes libretto is called a librettist. The librettist and the composer work closely together to tell the story. Score. This is the book that the composer and librettist put together. Recitative. Declamatory singing is used in the prose parts and dialogue of opera. Different roles in the operas are created, taking into account different types of voices. Each role requires a different type of singer who is not only able to sing a given vocal range but also has a certain voice characteristics, color, and power. Now, let's watch this video of recitative from the opera La Traviata by Verdi. Aria. This is the air or solo singing part that the public will remember best when leaving the opera house. A properly and well-sung aria can bring an audience to its feet and decide the fate of entire opera. Interesting, right? Here's an example of aria from the opera Tosca by Puccini. Acts. Acts refers to the main division of an opera. Scene. It pertains to the setting or place of an opera. There are other components of opera. These are the duet, trio, and other small ensembles, chorus, and orchestra. Aside from learning the components of opera, it is important to know the voice type and vocal range of the singers. Let's talk about it. There are three main voice types of male singers. The first one is tenor, which is the highest male voice.
Now, let's watch an example of tenor.
Next is the baritone. This is the middle male voice that lies between bass and tenor voices. It is the most common male voice.
Here is an example of baritone.
And finally, the bass, which is the lowest male voice.
Let's have an example of bass.
La novità ignorate, violetta del sono disgiunti avevo
At this point, let's also learn about the three main voice types of female singers. The soprano is the highest female voice. There are different types of soprano. One of them is coloratura, which is the highest soprano voice. Another is dramatic voice, which sound darker and full. And yet, another is the lyric. This one has a brighter and full sound.
Now, let's watch an example of soprano.
Another female voice is the mezzo-soprano. This is the most common female voice. It sounds strong and the tone is darker and deeper than the soprano.
Here is an example of mezzo-soprano.
The third and last female voice is the contralto. This is the lowest female voice and most unique among the female voices.
Let's have an example of contralto.
And that ends the lesson on the vocal music of the Romantic period.
In this activity, you are going to listen and identify the different male and female vocal ranges. Are you ready?
Number 1. Very good. It's tenor. Number 2.
Respirri, non è carrozza, presto, seguila dovunque vada, non visto provvedi. Sta bene il convegno, Palazzo Farnese.
Good job. It's baritone. Number 3.
Novità ignorate, violetta del sono disgiunti avevo della me.
Excellent. That one is bass. Number 4. Great. It's soprano. Number 5. Bravo! The answer is mezzo-soprano. Finally, let's have numbers. Well done. The answer is contralto.
You do well? I hope you did. That's the end of our lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed our short quiz. Again, this is Lailani Espinal, your music teacher for today. Until next time!
Tara na't magtulungan sa Project Rise ng Mandalenyo. Bangon, 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 mandunong. Bangon, 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 mandunong. Makinig, makinig, makinig mabuti. Ihanda mo na ngayon ang iyong sarili. Tayo ay umawit at gumuhit. Igalaw ang katawan ng kalusugay makamit. Ihanda ang musika, iate mo sa kamera. Isayaw, isunod sa bagong plataforma. Kape narito, sama-sama tayo. Itaas ang kalidad ng Batang Mandalenyo.